Pisces, trust you to get me all emotional at the end of this set of 12 readings that I'm doing today. Happy Valentine's Day. It's so sweet. Yes, if you are Pisces sun, this could be for you. If you have strong Pisces in your chart, if your person you're connecting with is a Pisces, this is Pisces energy at the moment for Valentine's Day. So it could all apply to you. If it doesn't, it's absolutely fine. Maybe just go and check out another placement. I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. I'm so distracted by this reading. Particularly if you have Venus in Pisces, because Venus is the planet of love. So if you have any of those placements, this could be your reading. I'm just so distracted. I'm so distracted by this reading. I can't take my eyes off it. You'll see why in a minute. The other thing I need to say before we jump into it is that the energy can be switched. So she, he, they, take it as it resonates. If you are in a same-sex relationship, that's absolutely fine. I will be saying masculine and feminine energies though, just to kind of clarify who's who in the reading. But you can always swap around the gender roles if you need to. That's absolutely fine. So you actually have two songs, basically because I'm a big soppy bugger and I was like, I need to get the other side of this story. So the first song that came through for you, you've got a couple of oldies, a couple of golden oldies here. The first one was Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Frankie Valli. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off you. It's beautiful. I'm probably going to cry in your reading. Interestingly enough, Leo also had a song about not being able to take your eyes off someone. So I don't know if you're connecting with a Leo or you have Leo in your chart. You've got kind of Queen of Wands energy going on here, self-esteem up here. So a little bit of Leo. Sun in reverse though. Could be Leo. It doesn't have to be. It's just a parallel that I noticed. When you are in love though, it's very difficult to take your eyes off the person that you're in love with, right? Now it's kind of like, is this too good to be true? I kind of like, there was a question in that song that was like, is this real? So again, I kind of like wanted the second song. And the other song was Endless Love, which is like, you're the only sign that got a duet, right? And it's such a beautiful song and it reminds me of a granddad and it's so sweet. It's like, two hearts that beat as one. Our lives have just begun. And it's so beautiful. Forever, my endless love. Oh, it's so beautiful. And Pisces, love you. It's such a good sign to end on. You always have the most beautiful readings. And you can see probably already what is slap bang in the center of this reading. Marriage. So I don't know if you're married to this person or, you know, maybe this person's proposing. I'm not really seeing that right now, maybe with this Knight of Pentacles. But it's maybe actually justice is contracts, marriage contracts. Maybe you're already married to this person. Maybe this person is proposing this Valentine's Day. Maybe this is just two people feeling like this could go the long term. The energy between you, I should say, is comfort and hearth. So it's like this person feels like home to you. You really kind of want to build a future with them. In the underlying, you've got house. Just kind of show you that up close. House card. The lover's card is underneath that. And on the other side, you've got this, oh my goodness, I can't believe what's underneath this. I'm so excited about your reading. You also have the two swans as well. You know, swans, they do mate up for life there. Underlying that, you've got, you know, it's your card, Pisces. If you remember kind of my early Pisces readings, the polar bear kept coming out for you. So that persistence, it looks like that persistence is going to pay off. You also have this Phoenix energy here as well on this underlying, which is, it's been quite a common theme. I keep getting the Judgment card, the Death card, and things like this, with this kind of Phoenix, kind of butterfly, Phoenix, snake shedding its skin, second life kind of energy. So it's coming through quite a lot, so I don't want you to freak out when I tell you what this card is. It's okay. So let's go to the masculine energy first. So you are showing up in your own reading, you know, Pisces, you know, you're very, very king of the seas energy, king of cups energy. You're showing as Poseidon, so god of the sea there, god of the ocean. You know, if you are the masculine energy, yeah, this is It says flow, so going with the flow, learning to go with the flow of your emotions, not feeling battered around by your emotions, but opening up, allowing those emotions to flow, and allowing love to come forward, right? It's like it's okay to have these emotions. They're positive emotions. I don't have to hide them. I can just work with them. You've also got skill, so it is a skill to be able to moderate your emotions, to allow them to flow, especially if you've been quite closed off for a while, which I can kind of see over here, which I'll get to kind of in a bit. But Lou, I don't know this person, but skill, so some kind of mastery, some kind of skill, especially because you also have Vulcan, inventiveness. So Vulcan is it's the blacksmith of the gods, right? It's Hephaestus, is it? Yeah, I think it's the Roman equivalent of Hephaestus. Hephaestus, I can't say his name, sorry. I did actually study classics for like 3 modules. So half my degree is in classics, but I still can't pronounce anything. So Vulcan, inventiveness. So yeah, so skill, inventiveness, being kind of a bit of a craftsman, being really good at what you do. Okay. Also Zeus, leadership. So it's coming through. I don't know what I'm really picking up like earth sign energy. So it could be that somebody's an earth sign over here, or somebody has some kind of earth sign placement. I'm getting sort of like, yeah, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, where it's like you put a lot of energy and a lot of effort in over time, and you kind of, I'm getting 8 of Pentacles energy, even though it's not here. It's like the masculine energy has put a lot of work into something. They've really mastered some kind of skill, and it's like almost like they're stepping up now in order to kind of teach others. Possibly it could just be for one person, because it's not actually here on the board. It's intuitively what this is telling me. So yeah, so some kind of leadership. It's like, it feels like stepping up. But then it also, you have this Hades card, death. Now we're kind of being haunted by death at the moment. I don't know if Scorpio, if Pluto, or Scorpio energy is up to something astrologically at the moment that's kind of making it pop up a lot in my readings. But Hades, he was a good guy. So there's a lot of wealth here. I'm saying Hades is a good guy. Disney did him wrong. I don't want to kind of get into that too much because this is meant to be a quick reading, but Hades, Dispater, Pluto, he is actually one of my favourite gods from Greek mythology. Actually, preferable for me than Zeus, who I think had a bit of a big ego, actually. He was a bit kind of... especially if you read Ovid's Metamorphosis, he's gets up to a lot of no good. So for me, Zeus and Hades, it's kind of like a lot of people equivalate it with God, the Christian God, and the devil. It wasn't like that at all in classical culture. The gods kind of did what they wanted to do. They were a mix of good and bad. There were good stories and bad stories about all the gods. You actually have 3 gods here, 4 gods from Greek or Roman culture, which is interesting. Because there's a mix in the tarot, but it's just interesting to me that it's like 4 out of the 5 are Greek, Greco-Roman gods. But yeah, Hades. So he wasn't like the devil in classical culture. He had a job to do. You've got actually the 3 brothers. Look, you've got. Okay, the story that I'm about to tell is that the kind of jobs were divided between the 3 brothers. So one was to get the heaven, one was to get earth, and one was to get the underworld. So they got the jobs by lot. They kind of drew straws. So Zeus was in charge of the overworld, the heavens and earth. Poseidon, mixed that story up a little bit at the beginning. Poseidon was the god of the sea, and Hades got the earth and the under the earth. So he had the job not only of escorting people to the afterlife, but also he had the job of putting minerals in the earth, making sure there were nutrients in the earth, gold, treasure, precious jewels, things that could be used to make things, right? Things that we use in our mobile phones today all come from the earth. So he had this very important job to do, actually. So it wasn't just death. It was also, if you think about this natural cycle, a bird dies in the forest, its body rots away, it provides nutrients to the earth. So there's a cycle here. and this was kind of Hades's job, so it was more than just death, right? It was a variety of different things, but it was all part of this natural cycle. So I don't know why I'm going on about this so much. I think it's just because Hades has had such a bad rap, and I always feel like I have to defend his reputation. So I don't know why it's in your reading, because I'm not seeing it elsewhere. So I feel like it's more to do with the reason why Hades is here. It's more to do with something to do with putting a lot of work and effort into something, building up that skill over time, kind of becoming a bit of a master craftsman, possibly ending something to go on to something new, possibly taking up some kind of leadership position there on the masculine side. I don't know why I'm so distracted with that, but I think it's because there's just 5 cards and it was all Greek mythology, so my classical specialism kind of started getting triggered there. And you've got Gaia as well, another Greek goddess. They're not all Greek and Roman gods in these decks. Everybody else has been getting a decent mix, so I don't know why there's such a high proportion in this reading. Amaterasu, I don't actually know which culture she came from. She looks like she's possibly Japanese, possibly. Self-esteem, so holding yourself in high regard, the feminine energy, holding yourself in high regard. Creation energy is definitely coming through down here, because you've got the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, so could be a fire sign. Gaia is obviously associated with the earth, but it's like there's growth here and creativity. It's almost like this person is the muse for this person, possibly. So something to do with self-esteem as well, holding yourself in high regard. Gaia as well is very motherly energy, so definitely this kind of theme here of like wanting to build a house and a home, wanting a lot of growth in this relationship is coming through here. I feel like this is a pretty good match, to be honest. So we do have this marriage card here in the center, so there is something about marriage. There's something here to do with somebody losing steam in the situation. The Sun card in the Lenormand deck is actually to do with being more like a boost, like a power up to the cards that are around it. So there's almost this kind of like losing power, losing steam in some kind of situation. But then it's followed here by this Ace of Wands. So it's like, it could be that you're in a marriage and you're relighting that spark within the marriage. There's going to be kind of like it's almost like losing energy because of something, perhaps because somebody's been, it could be that this person's been doing something with work where they've been going for a leadership role, they've been working really, really hard. So the energy has been coming out of the relationship a little bit, but there's going to be this power up. Now, there's also some kind of something that's not being disclosed here. The Sun in reverse can indicate kind of shadows on the other cards, so it's something that's not being talked about, not being discussed, something that's not being seen, almost like secret energy, but not, it's not that anyone's being secretive, it's more that something's not been disclosed. Because if you look at this journal card, these books, it's actually got a padlock on it. So for me, it's like knowledge. There's some kind of knowledge. There needs to be some kind of like light shone on some kind of situation. The dragonfly here talks about somebody coming from a bit of a swampy background, a bit of like you know, maybe they had a bit of a tough start in life. You know, maybe they came from nothing and kind of like climbed the ranks somehow. I feel like it's almost like wounded warrior energy, where they've kind of like learned to have a bit of sting in the tail, but it's to protect themselves because they've come from a bit of a swampy past. So they are very beautiful though. And then again, you've got this, it's over here with this kind of self-esteem card, kind of very shimmery, very beautiful, very dynamic, and you do have this kind of, again, dynamic energy. My nose is clicking. So you do have this kind of dynamic energy coming through here. Can you hear that clicking? Yeah, it's got like, look, dragonfly, phoenix. It's like coming from nothing. Oh, but it feels like maybe it's took a lot of energy for someone to get where they are now. So it's drained them, something like this. But it was funny because when I saw this card, I was kind of thinking, oh, it's like the Queen of Wands. It reminds me of the Queen of Wands. Somebody who kind of has a lot of confidence. I'm sorry about my clicking nose. It's driving me crazy. I don't know, I've swallowed a few times and tried to kind of like squeezed it and blew it to kind of try and see if I could get rid of it. It seems to have worked. The Queen of Wands, no, it's back. Queen of Wands is talks about self-confidence, kind of really taking very good care of yourself, having that high self-esteem, kind of knowing your worth, having a lot of confidence, being quite creative, being quite it's kind of like taking up space in a room. It's interesting though that it's here with the Seven of Wands in reverse. So it's like the Queen of Wands could walk into the center of a room and kind of all eyes would be on her. People pay attention to her. But there's here with this kind of like Seven of Wands in reverse, which is almost like it's becoming a struggle to take up that space. It's becoming a struggle to hold her ground. So there's again a sense of loss of strength here. Maybe to hold her place in the world. But justice is coming. This is kind of like karma or some kind of decision being made, and it's going to be for the positive, that it's going to be a just outcome to this situation. If this person's been struggling to kind of like maybe stand up for herself in some kind of way, yeah, it's like karma is coming. Justice will be served. There's going to be a fair outcome. Indicates Libra as well. You've got a bit of Leo going on here. Who else have you got? As I said, kind of like earth sign energy over there. Taurian energy here. But yeah, you've got the Hierophant, marriage and justice. This is like contracts, marriage, legal contracts, traditional values, the powers that be, believing in God, believing in a higher authority, following the rules. So it's like if you've followed the rules, if you've done things by the book, you're going to have a good outcome here. The Justice card kind of talks about being honourable, having good values. Ace of Wands is like a new passionate beginning, so it's like that battery is going to power back up, whatever that is. Over here you've got this Ten of Cups, so excuse me shouting, Ten of Cups, so happiness. This is the Happy Families card, happily ever after. It actually came out when one of those songs, there was a beautiful line that was talking about happiness, and that's the card that fell out. It was like verifying it, and it's, look, there's two rainbows on this card as well. It's like this connection could be healing for the both of you in some sort of way. It's like you're each other's happiness. This isn't a one-way street here. You're going to make each other happy. Over here on the masculine side, now it's a female on the card, but it kind of fell out over on the masculine side. I get this feeling of like, it's almost like there's been some kind of disappointment in their past. It's like there's some kind of disappointment in the masculine's past where they kind of gave up on love a little bit, I think. So they kind of threw themselves into work, but now it's like they are actually looking at the Two of Cups that are standing there. They're looking at the potential of this relationship and thinking, do you know what? Maybe I do want to settle down. Maybe I do want to have this happily ever after. Maybe I do want to kind of try again in love. So yeah, there is this coming forward with this Knight of Pentacles here, the Knight of Materials. The Knight of Materials is rushing in with some sort of offer. It's normally very slow moving. Normally the Knight of Pentacles is one of the slowest moving energies in the deck, and it's the one that frustrates everybody because it's like, come on, like move. But you can see with all the red colour here, and this horse is actually running, it's like a fast moving Knight of Pentacles. So it's like, if it was slow to get off the ground, this person's coming in quick. It could literally be a marriage proposal with quite a lot of the cards that are around here, or it's like a plan. It's like, look, I want my happily ever after with you, but we need some sort of plan here. You know, let's start looking for a house together. Let's start thinking about what do we want to do if we do get married. But again, there's some kind of secretive energy over here that there needs to be a light cast on that situation. I am not seeing any swords. It's passion, it's emotions, it's practical things, but there's not very much communication other than this Knight of Pentacles. So that could be why some light needs to be shone onto the situation. Let's get you some, I mean, if you look at your songs there, you've got really beautiful songs there, and a lot of very, very positive energy here. Maybe you're going to have your honeymoon in kind of like the Greece or Rome area. Just thinking like with all those gods and goddesses up there. Let's see what your advice is. So the advice for people coming to this reading today, please. The advice for people coming to this reading today. What's the best advice, please? Are we going to get any advice for this reading? Do you want me to use a different deck to get the advice? last chance, and then we're going to have to find a different deck. And I went, whoa, no, there we go. The answers you need are coming, yeah. So the unknown will be known. I'm going to get another... Sorry, I really feel like they wanted me to use a different deck there. Interesting, you've got victory on the underlying. So can I get another card, please, for the advice, please, for the people coming to this reading today? There we go. Attachment. Watch out for codependency or attachment issues. Don't get too attached to a situation that's in any way toxic. So there may be attachment issues at play here. So if somebody could have come from an unstable background, they may be particularly attached to tangible things. It may be difficult to kind of leave a long-term situation or commitment. They may feel, and maybe this person really needs to feel secure. They may need a tangible offer here. If they've got attachment issues, it's like, I really need to feel stable. So if I'm not going to have some kind of passionate affair with you, I need you to come in correctly with this high honor. You know, tell me where we're going to live. Are we going to get married? Draw up some kind of contract. It's like this person, somebody here needs security because of attachment issues. The man holding a heart, beautiful. And the magician in the mirror. Magician in the mirror, it's a little bit like the Temperance card for me, in that it kind of has this kind of watery and fiery energy. This person's using alchemy of emotions and passions to kind of manifest something. So it's kind of like the Magician and the Temperance card for me. Very, very powerful manifestation energy. This is somebody, again, very Piscean as well. Somebody who can make the dreams a reality. You've got a super long reading. It always happens. The further I get through the zodiac, the longer the readings get. Pisces, I hope that was helpful to you. Happy Valentine's Day. That looks really good. Yeah, just be in high honor. Make those commitments, make a plan, and communicate. Communicate. All right, do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.